get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's all. Get your popcorn ready as we talk about ball. Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, and it's all. And it's all. And it's all.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and you are listening to the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, the place to find my Raw and Uncut in podcast form. And I'm sorry that y'all getting the quiet storm, Angry Cowboys Fan, but right now, as of recording this, it is 12:06 in the morning, and I got people sleeping at my crib, so I gotta be respectful. But I know I've been gone for a second, but I've got to pick up where I left off. You know, we're going to pick up like we never left. You know what I'm saying? But in today's episode, we're going to be discussing what I feel the Dallas Cowboys' success relies on this season. We're going to be talking about what I don't want to see in the Dallas Cowboys team moving forward. We'll be talking about the moments Cowboys Nation needs Dak Prescott to have this season. We're going to be talking about week 1 against the Philadelphia Eagles and how I don't feel that this game is the game that people are making it out to be. All that and more during this episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast. All right, first and foremost, Cowboys Nation, let me start this episode off by wishing my grandmother a happy 90th birthday. Mama Ann, Michelle, and I love you to the moon and back. May God bless you with even more years on this earth as we continue to celebrate everything that you have given to us, that you have given to your family, that you've given to the world. We love you, Mama Ann. Happy birthday. I also want to wish my little nephew, Dylan, a happy birthday. Dylan, you're down in Texas. Shout out to you. Happy 12th birthday. May you enjoy this birthday and the rest that God has coming for you. We love you over here, and we're thinking about you. Happy birthday. But Cowboys Nation, I know I haven't released an episode in a minute. It's been a few weeks. And if you've been following the Angry Cowboys Fan on YouTube, Facebook, X, Instagram, or TikTok, you will know that my family has been dealing with a major loss. So I decided to give my time to my family in laying him to rest and trying to pick up the rest of the pieces that he left behind. We're back, though. We're back, Angry Cowboys fans. And Rick, I love you, bro. I love you to life. But Cowboys Nation, we all know that when a team wins a championship, the entire team clicks and is able to come together during the regular season and band together in the playoffs. I believe that the Dallas Cowboys were put behind the 8 ball when it comes to what would put this Dallas Cowboys offense over the hump when it comes to player personnel. Whether in free agency or in the draft, the ownership once again did not prioritize the run game, and this is one position that can be a complete asset, a complete game changer for the Dallas Cowboys. But the Dallas Cowboys run game is going to be a key to the success of this Dallas Cowboys offense. If the Dallas Cowboys look to successfully execute Brian Schottenheimer's vision, then there needs to be more urgency when it comes to the run game, because we know that is his MO. But historically, the Dallas Cowboys have seen success with a dominant offensive line. With drafting offensive line 3 out of the last 4 years, the Dallas Cowboys have made it a priority to solidify that offensive line so that the run game can flourish with protection for their $60 million asset. But then, it's the belief of Jerry Jones in the front office that becomes a factor. How much respect does he place on the running back position? The past few drafts sees them draft a running back in the later rounds of the draft. Nathaniel Pete as an undrafted free agent last year, and Jadon Blue with the 5th round pick of this year's draft. Even though this past draft was stacked with running back talent, they allowed the position to slip between the cracks to the 5th round. How much importance do you think that Jerry Jones placed on that position? But I jumped on the Big Time show this past Saturday, and we were talking about the run game being a focal point for the Dallas Cowboys offense. And I spoke about the powers that be making the decisions that would have the game plan slinging the ball all around the field. It will be important for the Dallas Cowboys to stick to the plan of running the ball, but Jerry wants to do it flashy. What do I mean by flashy? Throwing the ball across the field all the damn time. Having the offense, the number one scoring offense in the league. 50-yard bombs to CeeDee Lamb, George Pickens, and Jalen Tolbert. Having the run game be the focal point pisses off a lot of people and makes your offense bland. This is why I say that Jerry Jones's belief and his pride will come into play. Will he want to be flashy and get the job done, or at least try to get the job done? Or does he want to win? Sometimes you can't have both, Cowboys Nation. But I've said it before. I want this team to be vanilla. I want this team to be bland, by the books, disciplined, dominant. If each player does their job to a high level, what's left for said player is to be coached up. The philosophy is there. The passion is there. The blueprint has been drafted, and it's time for Brian Schottenheimer to craft a winning scheme. The Cowboys Nation, do you think Brian Schottenheimer can scheme up some creative plays for this Dallas Cowboys offense? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. Well, Cowboys Nation, I want to go ahead and switch gears and talk to y'all about something that I don't want to see the Dallas Cowboys team do like they've done in the past. I don't want to see it for the 2025 season and beyond. One thing that burned me up during the Mike McCarthy era of the Dallas Cowboys was coming out and stalling out during the first drives of the game. It seemed as if we would stall out every time we got the ball to start out the game. Whenever this would happen, Cowboys fans would give the excuse of them being a team that starts off slow. You can't have that in this day and age when it comes to the NFL. There are teams out there that will take advantage of that slow start by putting 14 points on your dome. I'm going to need Brian Schottenheimer to come up with a particular scheme for each team on the schedule. Watch the film. Watch the film to find out the team's weaknesses so we can exploit them. It's not just about what the players are good at. It also takes outsmarting your opponent. I feel we got the players to contend, but we need a winning scheme to get us over the hump. Another thing that I need the Dallas Cowboys team not to do is blur the line of owner and coaching staff. The decisions coming from the front office during last season, it was evident right there in our faces, Cowboys Nation. Whether it was holding Rico Dowdle out in favor of Ezekiel Elliott just because Ezekiel Elliott was complaining to Jerry Jones, or holding a player who is visibly better than your starter on the bench to keep your pet in the game. This team needs to start playing the players that play the positions better than the ones that they're paying. Favoritism, that needs to stop, Cowboys Nation. Nepotism, it needs to stop. Worrying about a high-paid player not playing needs to stop. I don't care if they're making $20 million. If the $5 million guy is playing better than the $20 million guy, then the $5 million guy is going to play. Point blank, period. And one major thing that I don't want our Dallas Cowboys to do is to rely on Dak Prescott for the overall success of this team. For years, the Dallas Cowboys have gone as far as Dak could take them, in the words of Jerry Jones. It was kind of like the movie Friday with Ice Cube and Chris Tucker. The Dallas Cowboys never had two things that matched.
What? I ain't got no sugar. You ain't got no sugar? Damn! Y'all ain't never got two things that match. Either y'all got Kool-Aid, no sugar, peanut butter, no jelly, ham, no burger. Damn.
Some years they had great quarterback play with a busted O-line and subpar run game. A great run game with mediocre receiving play. Great pass rush, but you can't stop the run. Great cornerbacks, but undersized linebackers. Great players, but an out-of-date scheme and play calling. When will the Dallas Cowboys click on all cylinders? When will the scheme involve a plan B? Something that opposing teams can make us beat them with. Kind of like the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs took away Saquon Barkley and told the Philadelphia Eagles to beat them with the pass, and they beat them with the pass. If an opposing team can take away the pass, the Dallas Cowboys are screwed, Cowboys Nation. With only one plan of attack, it's more likely your quarterback will throw a high number of interceptions. It's more likely that he will look like shit if 100% of the pressure is on him to win it all. You know, Cowboys Nation, I could go on with even more things that I don't want the Dallas Cowboys to do, but I'll be here for about 3 hours. So the third thing that I don't want the Dallas Cowboys to do this season is to have their food touching during the season. What am I talking about? About having your food touch? Well, I spoke about this on the Big Time Show on Saturday. During Thanksgiving or any other meal, some people pile their plates while others don't like for their food to touch on their plate. Jerry Jones represents someone piling all their food on the plate. I want the front office out of everyday football decisions. I don't want our front office in the decision-making process on what player is going to play and when. I don't want the food to touch. I don't want the front office micromanaging the team. Jerry Jones trying to be a shadow coach. I want them to take advantage of the example of the Washington Commanders skins. You know, they're in another controversy with their names, but the Washington Commanders showed you the template last year. Allow the coaches to coach and the players to play. Only come on the scene when you want to talk to the media, when you're paying players, or you're continuing to improve the brand. But what Jerry Jones does is the equivalent to Dak Prescott going to a board meeting and suggesting marketing strategies to Charlotte Jones. Dak Prescott don't know what he's doing in the field of marketing, just like Jerry Jones doesn't know what he's doing in this day and age when it comes to football. I don't care if Jerry Jones played football in college. That's like me saying I know today's Common Core math or geometry because I went to school in the 90s. So I guess what I'm saying is that I don't want to see Jerry Jones' ego all over the team this year. And this past offseason, I've seen less and less of Jerry Jones, and that is a good thing. So, Cowboys Nation, what do you not want to see from the team this year? Let's continue this conversation in the comment section. All right, Cowboys Nation, I was watching a live from DMV. He had Big Game James on his show, and Big Game James said something that made me think about a topic idea, so I want to talk to you guys about it. Big Game James was talking about the type of movements he needs to see from Dak Prescott this year. So I want to talk about this topic a little bit, Cowboys Nation. The type of movements that I need to see Dak do is shine in those games that are considered tough games against playoff caliber teams. Even in a loss, you can tell if a player is giving it their all. One game that comes to mind is that game against the Philadelphia Eagles in Philly in 2023. That game that saw Dak Prescott scramble to the right and didn't get a touchdown because he stepped out of bounds. No, Cowboys Nation. I need to see him have more awareness in those type of situations. One thing that drives me crazy about Dak Prescott is when he rolls out, whether to the right or to the left. When he doesn't have a receiver open, he will pump fake and pump fake and pump fake. He'll pump fake himself right into a sack. Your quarterback IQ should tell you to throw that ball away, especially in a situation where you can't take a sack or something. Throw the ball away, Dak. Live to fight another day. But this season, I need to see Dak Prescott fearless. One thing that some Cowboys fans do is that they expect our quarterback to be elite at all times. In every single game for 60 minutes, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys has to be elite. Otherwise, he sucks. I don't look at the quarterback position that way, Cowboys Nation. I believe there are a number of times where the game will call upon your quarterback to be the deciding factor in a win or a loss. A number of throws that have to be made in order for your team to win. Those moments that call for your quarterback to put the drive on his back and make a way to win the game. These are the times that I need to see Dak Prescott rise to the occasion. The thing is, those are the same times when I need to see the entire team the entire brotherhood rise to the occasion. A team plays for a team, Cowboys Nation. A brotherhood plays for each other. Believe it or not, there is a difference. But if we want to see this from Dak Prescott, we need to see this from his supporting cast as well, Cowboys Nation. The Dallas Cowboys find themselves in an advantageous situation this year. Being able to use a number of key players in their contract year is an advantage for our Dallas Cowboys. Everyone in Cowboys Nation knows that a player tries to ball out of control when it's their contract year. They go into this year knowing that they have to put their best performance out there on tape so that the other 31 teams of the league see it and they like what they see. So we're going to take a quick look over at Spotrac.com to see the list of players that's going to be going into a contract year this upcoming season. All right, Cowboys Nation, y'all know where we at. We at Spotrac.com. We are looking at the 2026 Dallas Cowboys free agents, the ones that are in a contract season this year. All right, we have Kenneth Murray, Donovan Wilson, Dante Fowler Jr., Micah Parsons, Robert Jones, Kaiir Elam, Javonte Williams, Peyton Turner, Israel Mukwamu, George Pickens, Sam Williams, Jack Sanborn, C.J. Goodwin, Miles Sanders, Paris Campbell, Jalen Tolbert, Will Greer, Robert Rochelle, Sadiq Charles, Hakeem Adeniji, Brock Hoffman, Jake Ferguson, Andrew Booth Jr., Keemon Hall, Ernest Brown, Luigi Villan, Wanye Thomas, Tyrus Wheat, Matt Walesko, Deron Bland, Darius Harris, Damone Clark, Buddy Johnson, Kelvin Harmon, Troy Pride Jr., Hunter Lipke, TJ Bass, John Stevens Jr., Brandon Aubrey, Josh Butler, Jalen Marino Cropper, and Denzel Daxon. Cowboys Nation, that is a list of potential guys that could give you their all on this field this year. So let's go ahead and go back over to the office so I can explain it a little bit more for you. Cowboys Nation, each one of these players are looking to make a name for themselves, kind of like Gambit and Deadpool and Wolverine.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
Each player taking the opportunity given to them as their last, fighting for the chance to either get that bag from the Dallas Cowboys or one of the other teams in the NFL. Players the likes of Tyler Smith, Dante Fowler Jr., George Pickens, Jalen Tolbert, Hunter Lipke, Jake Ferguson, Sam Williams, Kaiir Elam, Deron Bland, Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders, and Brock Hoffman, just to name a few, Cowboys Nation. We get the luxury of having these guys in their contract year, ready to go at 100% for the 2025 season, but don't screw this up, Jerry. If Jerry Jones allows the football guys to be the football guys and he just be the branding guy, then the Dallas Cowboys will be competitive for the 2025 NFL season. But what do you feel about this? Do you agree or do you disagree with my assessment? Y'all know how we do things. We always talk about it in the comments section. All right, Cowboys Nation. Everybody knows that the Dallas Cowboys will be traveling to Lincoln Financial Field to face those Birds in Philadelphia for our opening game. Everyone knows that this will be their banner-raising ceremony after winning the Super Bowl last year. I have heard fans in Cowboys Nation talk about this game as the game that will show Cowboys Nation and the NFL world if the Dallas Cowboys are going to be competitive or going to be ready to play this year. I feel that is so off base, Cowboys Nation. The first game of the season is essentially the starters' preseason game, a game to try and get most of the bugs out. Majority of the teams around the league don't even play their starters during the preseason. Preseason has been tryouts for those fringe players looking to either make the team or the practice squad. It's a way for developing players to get live action reps without having anything on the line. I truly believe that it is a tactical advantage that the Dallas Cowboys are missing out on. If I was the coach, I would have my starters playing in preseason. Not all the games, but some of the games. Another video for another day, Cowboys Nation. But anyhow, it would be a dream to go into Lincoln Financial Field in week 1 and steal that game away from the defending Super Bowl champions during the game where they are raising their Super Bowl banner. The thing is, Cowboys Nation, each team has new things to get familiar with. The Philadelphia Eagles have a new offensive coordinator. The Dallas Cowboys have an overhaul in the coaching field. Just because one team may look a little rusty doesn't mean that's how the season is going to go for said team. It's not the litmus test for the Dallas Cowboys. It's not the Dallas Cowboys Super Bowl. This is the first game of the new NFL regular season. It is a game against a division rival. It's not what's going to determine how this Dallas Cowboys team plays throughout the entirety of the season. If you go out there and you fall to the Philadelphia Eagles by a touchdown, it's not the end of the world. It's only the first game. Take what you did in that game and you learn from it so it won't happen again. Take what you see in that game and you capitalize on it for the remainder of the season. I don't want Cowboys fans thinking that if we lose to the Philadelphia Eagles in the first game of the season, that the season was a wash and we're not going to be good. Go into this game looking at how the players operate the scheme. Go into this game seeing how Brian Schottenheimer will call the game. Go into this game looking at the functionality of the offensive and defensive lines. Go into the game and see how the offensive timing is. Go into the game and see how Matt Eberflus calls his defense. Whatever you do, don't go into this game thinking it's the end-all, be-all, because it absolutely is not. Now, will this be a game that shows us a lot of things? Yes. Is this a game that will answer some of the questions that we've had right now? Yes. It will show us if Brian Schottenheimer will stay committed to the run. It will show us if the team will rely on Dak Prescott's arm to get us where we want to be. This game will show us the potential of our players. Most importantly, this game will let everyone know that regular season football is here for the NFL. All right, Cowboys Nation. Y'all know how I end these episodes. I always go to the comment section from previous videos, pick a comment, and give my raw and uncut on it. If you want your comment to get that raw and uncut treatment, stay active in the comment section. You never know. I might be going in depth on your comment. But this episode, I got 2 comments for you. One comment is from Kenneth Stanley, 9462, and the other comment is from Michael Jordan, 808. The first comment comes from Kenneth Stanley, 9462. The comment reads, ACF, you're just speaking facts about the front office in which I have been saying for 30 years about them. It's easy for them to keep their job without any accountability, with no fear of losing their job. If the Cowboys since 96 would have won Super Bowls before Prescott became the quarterback, will be one thing. And you can blame him for the Cowboys' failures, but that hasn't been the case. The Joneses' way of just conducting business for 30 years is the reason why the Cowboys haven't won and will never win anything till they change the way they do business. That's just a fact. Well, Kenneth Stanley, 9462, I truly appreciate your comment in the comment section. I truly appreciate you rocking with the Angry Cowboys YouTube channel. Most importantly, I thank you for being DC for life. But you are absolutely right. The failures aren't the failures of Dak Prescott solely. The failures aren't the failures of Tony Romo solely. There has been constant in the Cowboys organization, and I won't say one constant because the constant involves the entire Jones family. It's been the Joneses ever since we won our last Super Bowl in 1995 all the way up to 2024. We won't count 2025 because it's this year, but it's been the Joneses. It's been the Joneses' lack of urgency. It's been the Joneses' reactionary decisions. It's been the Joneses telling the team that they can do more with less. It's been the Joneses saying that we're only going to go as far as Dak takes us. That has been the decision from the front office. That is nothing to do with your coaching staff. That is nothing to do with your players. That's nothing to do with football. That's everything to do with marketing, keeping your name in the tabloids, keeping your name in the front of the 3- and 4-letter networks. It has everything to do with branding, and that's why I said earlier that Jerry Jones needs to go ahead and separate his food on his plate and just him take care of the branding, him take care of furthering the Dallas Cowboys name and brand and likeness, while leaving the football operations to the football guys. And like I said earlier, people say that Jerry Jones played football. He played football back in the 1960s? He played football back then, so his knowledge of football today is nowhere near it should be. You know, we're saying that people like Bill Belichick is too old to be coaching right now. What are we talking about? What do we think about Jerry Jones? This man is in his 80s. He shouldn't even have his driver's license right now. But we're talking about him being in control of football operations when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. There is a reason why we have been stagnant for the last 30 years. And that reason, I believe, is Jerry and the front office. Because I believe more that Jerry and the front office has wasted a lot of great players' talent before I think that those great players are the reason why the Dallas Cowboys lose. But Kenneth Stanley, I truly appreciate you once again for your comment. Thank you for being so in tune, so in depth, so in line with the Dallas Cowboys and the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel. Salute to you, my brother, and I will see you in another video in the comment section or on another live. But the next comment comes from Michael Jordan 808. The comment reads, Jalen put up rookie numbers last year, and you got people saying he's top 5. Well, Michael Jordan, the thing is, Jalen Hurts, he put up pedestrian type numbers in the quarterback position. He did. But the thing is, his team won the Super Bowl. They didn't need Jalen Hurts to be Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes during the regular season because they had it figured out. They had a plan B, and that plan B, well, actually, it was plan A. That plan A was Saquon Barkley. It was a dominant rushing attack with a dominant offensive line. They could yield to that. They could rely on that. They could rely on the run game where the Dallas Cowboys haven't been able to rely on the run game in over 4 years. The run game has not been a complement to the offense when it comes to the Dallas Cowboys. We have gone into each season hoping that Dak Prescott can throw us out of any situation that we see ourselves in. This year, I hope that's different. This year, I hope that Brian Schottenheimer is able to establish the run and marry the run with the pass, making the run the priority of this offense. But yeah, Jalen Hurts, he was not all that great. He was not all that great. They are showing the accomplishment of the entire team, and they're putting it on their quarterback now. The entire team won the Super Bowl, so now the quarterback gets the credit. But I got a feeling if the Dallas Cowboys were to win a Super Bowl under Dak Prescott, that Dak Prescott wouldn't get that recognition. It would be like, oh, well, the defense was stifling, or the run game was off the hook, or Brian Schottenheimer called a flawless game. Dak Prescott wouldn't get any type of recognition for that win. Just because you have players like Aaron Rodgers, who has won a Super Bowl, who has been an MVP 4 years running in this league, but they look at it like, well, in order to cement his legacy, he needs to win another Super Bowl. Come on now. You got quarterbacks in the Hall of Fame that haven't even won a Super Bowl, but you're saying that an Aaron Rodgers has to win another Super Bowl to solidify himself in a fake GOAT conversation? Come on now, get out of here. Get out of here. That is crazy. I know I done jumped off of the Jalen Hurts thing, and I don't want to disrespect Jalen Hurts because I believe he does have firepower when it comes to the quarterback position. He does have that ability. Whenever the Philadelphia Eagles ask him to be a dog, he becomes a dog. Whenever they tell him, you can just chill, you can fade back and let Saquon do it, that's what he does, and they get far. It's all about complementary football. Your entire team can make your quarterback look good, but what the Dallas Cowboys fans expect is for their quarterback to make their entire team look good. How does that work, Michael Jordan 808? How does that work? We need complimentary football here in Dallas. We need the teams to work together. Let's not have a team. Let's have a brotherhood. A brotherhood filled with players that want to go out there and put their bodies on the line, that sacrifice their well-being and their future for the next man beside them, for the overarching goal of the organization, and that is to win a Super Bowl championship. But Michael Jordan 808, I truly appreciate you for your comment. Truly appreciate you rocking with the channel. But most importantly, I truly thank you for being DC for life. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. Cowboys Nation, as this channel continues to grow, I only have you all to thank. I thank my brothers and my sisters. I thank you for your shares. I thank you for your comments, your support, your prayers, and your patience. It has certainly been a rough month for my family and myself, and I thank each and every one of you for your condolences and your compassion. This hard time, the Angry Cowboys fan will continue to bring that classy Cowboys content with a little bit of raw and uncut, but I will also call upon you. I need your help in dealing with the loss of my brother Rick. Will you guys be able to help me? I know you will. But what do you feel about this episode? What do you feel Dak Prescott needs to do this season? What do you feel about Jerry Jones's impact on the team this year? And who will be that player in his contract year that's gonna ball out of control? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and want to help the Angry Cowboys fan family chip away at 20K, drop a like on this video and please consider sharing it with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan. If you are DC for life and you're psyched about the start of training camp so we can get into the regular season, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release a video, podcast episode, film breakdown, or Madden 25 or College Football 26 gameplay. And I also want to apologize to the Angry Cowboys fan family for not putting the link in the live stream comments so y'all could come up and give me y'all raw and uncut. I had every single intention to do so, but I had a funeral to go to and I had to hurry up and get up out of there. But in the next live, I will be dropping that link in the chat because I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear from the Angry Cowboys fan family. I want to know how y'all feel about our Dallas Cowboys because without you, none of this is possible. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys fan. I love you, Rick, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan Podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.